Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including the delayed Model Y refresh, $21,000 Teslas available everywhere today, new navigation features, and more, so let's get into it, and a special thanks to Keeps for sponsoring a portion of this video. First up today, while the rest of the world and auto market moves towards electrification, the car rental giant Hertz is actually distancing itself from its previous plans for electrification. After making some huge purchases from the automaker just a few years ago, Hertz has already begun selling off their fleet of Tesla vehicles. As such, we are starting to see some of their cars sell for some absolutely insane prices. For a while now, the vision of Tesla's next vehicle has been the $25,000 EV. Tesla first talked about this price at their Battery Day event in 2020. Since then, a lot has changed for that plan, and many of the executives involved there have departed Tesla. For many, this is extremely disappointing because a Tesla hitting that $25,000 price tag is extremely important. The thing is that this car is actually already available to a degree, and it's likely even better than whatever that car would end up being. The Model 3 is Tesla's cheapest vehicle, and as it has scaled up production and deliveries, used prices have come down. In January of this year, the car rental company announced that they would be cutting their EV fleet by 20,000 vehicles. A huge part of the business for these companies is reselling cars at the end of their rental fleet life, and part of why Hertz is pulling back here is because they bought at a particular time when Tesla's definitely lost value for them. Still, they have to get rid of them, and they are really cutting their losses in a big way. Now that they are on sale, Hertz has said, quote, "Our EVs can be found nationwide in most major metros and averaging around $25,000. Prior to sale, Hertz says they perform a 115-point inspection on the vehicles and that the powertrains are covered for 1 year or 12,000 miles, whichever comes first. Additional extended warranties are available for purchase, and the company offers a 7-day or 250-mile buyback guarantee." So right there, Hertz is essentially offering the $25,000 Tesla. Yes, it's used, and yes, it's from a rental fleet, so these cars likely took more wear and tear than others, but they do come with that warranty, and you are buying from a company. This isn't just a random deal either. These cars are widely available in, quote, most major metros, so many people would actually be able to buy a $25,000 Tesla today. When you factor in that many of those vehicles are eligible for the $4,000 used EV credit, you could be able to get a Tesla vehicle for as low as $21,000. That doesn't even factor in the many local and state incentives that you could also get. These vehicles were used as part of Hertz's rental fleet, so you can probably expect more wear and tear than you might see on an average vehicle, but this is still a great way to get a Tesla for a really low price. This deal is surely going to be enticing for many people, so if you are interested, you should probably move quickly before their inventory disappears. You could find yourself obtaining a Tesla that still has a great life for you for an incredibly low price. The other thing here as well is that if you believe in the future of Tesla's FSD efforts, or simply like the version available today, you could add that to this car. These cars come with the FSD hardware, so a $99 a month subscription or one-time $8,000 payment will make this car capable of Tesla's FSD system. In the right scenario, for under $30,000, you can get a car that can essentially drive itself for you. Soon enough as well, it could without you paying attention, but time will tell for that last piece. Next up today, there have been a lot of rumors regarding a potential upcoming update to the Model Y. In the wake of the Model 3's refresh, a lot of people were eager to know when all of those great improvements would make their way into Tesla's most popular vehicle. Earlier this year, Tesla told its sales advisors that a Model Y refresh would not be coming to North America at any point this year. This did give a lot of people hope that we could see a staggered release, like we saw with the Model 3, where it was released in other markets across Asia and Europe before coming to the Americas a few months later. These rumors were further fueled by speculation that a Project Juniper prototype was potentially spotted driving around outside Tesla's Giga Berlin factory. We have also seen certain slowdowns of production of the Model Y at certain factories, which led to a lot of speculation that this car would be seeing its inevitable significant upgrade very soon. Well, some may be disappointed to hear that Elon Musk has stepped forward to squash any rumors regarding this refresh's pending release. He posted on X, quote, "No Model Y refresh is coming out this year. I should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that is 6 months newer will be a little better." This was in response to a post questioning the rumors that the Model Y refresh would be coming in July. His last sentence there is simply to say that this car will still improve in this year. It's not simply going to stand still until a refresh comes, but at the same time, it's pretty clear that they are saving a lot of upgrades. We see them right now on the new Model 3, so there is a lot to come, even as they make iterations on the Model Y in small, less noticeable ways throughout this year. We did see an example of those continuous improvements over in China, where they began producing a slightly updated Model Y, but not a fully redesigned refresh. That update includes a new LED light strip, new black and gray cloth accents, a slightly improved 0 to 60 on the standard range model, and slightly extended ranges on the long range and performance variants. As it stands right now, none of those updates have made their way over to North America, with the exception of some new all-black Gemini wheels and wheel covers. As Tesla shifts to focus on developing autonomy and building the robotaxi, it seems like refreshing the Model Y has fallen further down their list of priorities. All of the rumors regarding a newly refreshed vehicle on the horizon were probably starting to have an impact on Model Y sales, so Elon and the company probably felt it necessary to step forward and say that it wasn't coming soon. We can probably still speculate that this car will be coming next year, but we can't say for certain. While the Model Y is definitely still a great car, when you compare it to the new Model 3, it doesn't feel quite as cutting edge as it could be. It will be great to see these updates arrive when they inevitably do, but as it stands right now, that may still be a ways off. We'll see if these updates hold true. Next up today, Tesla is always bringing new updates via software, and the latest was hinted at by Elon Musk during a live stream on X. The thing with a Tesla is that you don't have access to CarPlay, Android Auto, or other mapping features on screen. You are subject to Tesla's own interface, so even though their system is quite good, any feature that it is missing needs to be added by Tesla themselves. They aren't exactly competing in the same way Apple Maps, Google Maps, and Waze are, so certain features do end up missing for some time. The other aspect here is that when navigating in a Tesla, some people are using FSD, and FSD will take that route no matter what. So if you are someone who prefers to avoid highways, that isn't an option. However, it looks like it may soon be coming. When someone asked if this could be a feature in a future update, Elon said, "Alright, sure." Since Tesla's navigation is built in to use superchargers and more, you really do want to rely on this system, so seeing features like this added is great. Tesla recently added marks to identify things like accidents and road closures, so it is always getting better, and this is the latest feature that could come soon. With that said, it may take some time considering Elon simply said, "Alright, sure." It's only truly coming soon when we see it leaked by Tesla that they are working on this feature, or see it arriving on customer cars. In any case, it's a great example of how great the software-based approach is in a Tesla, and the ways things always do improve. Next up today, Keeps offers professional care for hair loss from the comfort of your home without ever visiting a doctor's office or pharmacy. Male pattern baldness affects 2 out of every 3 guys by the time they're 35. For myself, I eventually just embraced the fact that my hair was too far gone, but you don't have to do that. This is the product I wish I had known about when I first noticed signs of hair loss. It's easy too. Simply complete an online consultation to get matched with a licensed medical professional, and then treatment is delivered discreetly to your door. All treatment plans are personalized to address your unique needs and recommended by a licensed medical provider specifically trained in men's hair loss. They have many flexible delivery options, and they're available in 3, 6, and 12-month periods. Keeps also offers other products like hair thickening shampoo, conditioner, and styling pomade. Over 1 million men have saved their hair with Keeps, and over 5,000 have rated it 5 stars. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of what you have, Keeps has a trusted line of products to help you along the way. A big thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/RyanShaw or click the link in the description below. That's keeps.com/RyanShaw. Next up today, since electric cars are still so new to most people, there is a lot we don't know about their longevity. Batteries and electric motors have a lot of benefits over traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, but ultimately they are still car components that do wear down like any other. Batteries also have their own set of problems like degrading capacity and the impacts that come with fully charging every day. As some of the first generation of electric vehicles start to show their age, we are seeing great examples of just how well they actually last. AutoTrader recently shared the story of a Model S that has aged extraordinarily well. Purchased in 2016, this Model S is still driving using its original motors and battery, even after accumulating over 430,000 miles. What's extra impressive is that in those years, this car has only lost about 65 miles of its original range. It's well known that there are a lot of ways that you can try to maximize the longevity of your car's battery. That includes only supercharging when absolutely necessary and keeping the battery between 20 and 80% charge on most days when possible. You absolutely can supercharge and go up to 100% when you need, but doing that all the time will likely degrade your battery at a faster rate. So what makes this story especially interesting is learning that the owner of this basically never did that. Since the owner of this car has unlimited supercharging for it, it was supercharged up to 100% pretty much every single day. So not only is it remarkable how well this car has lasted after all those miles, but it goes to show just how durable these batteries can be under stress. There are other high mileage Tesla vehicles on the road, with the record currently being held by a 2014 Model S with over 1.2 million miles on it. That car has had its battery and electric motors replaced several times, but still there are almost no other consumer vehicles on the market that could claim that kind of mileage. Electric vehicles are proving themselves to be extremely reliable options that, even when put through the ringer, are still driving well after most ICE vehicles would have failed. Next up today, at the same time that Tesla is rapidly developing their full self-driving software, they are also pushing to get that software into as many markets as possible. For a long time, China has been an elusive target for the company, with the government there being very hesitant to allow FSD on their roads. There has been a lot of progress on that front in the last few weeks, and meetings between Elon and Chinese officials seem to have cleared up a lot of their concerns. Tesla recently partnered with Baidu to have access to their local mapping permits, and the automaker is planning on building a data center there to address Chinese privacy concerns. With all of this wrapped up, it seems like Tesla is finally close to introducing FSD to the Chinese market. According to Reuters, Tesla is reportedly very close to officially registering FSD within China. This registration would not allow them to jump right into selling it to customers, but rather employees would be allowed to internally test it on Chinese roads. If the tests go well, then Tesla could start selling it to customers there within the next few months. Currently, customers in China can purchase Tesla's autopilot system, but their flagship software is not available yet. Once it is fully available, FSD should cost a comparable amount to the price in the US. Purchasing it outright should cost the equivalent of about $8,000 or $9,000, and the monthly subscription should come in around $98 a month. Tesla's sales have fallen by almost 8% in China so far this year, so offering FSD should help to make their cars more competitive there. Selling the software should open up a new stream of income for the company as well, and reportedly Tesla is considering licensing out FSD to other automakers as well. This development is obviously very exciting for the development of FSD as a whole, but ultimately I'm curious how much this development will help Tesla in China specifically. There's a lot of competition in the Level 2 autonomous software space in China, with over 10 automakers offering their own versions of this software. Companies like Huawei and Xpeng are developing their software using end-to-end AI models like Tesla, which should give them a similar rapid development timeline to what we have seen with FSD. And while Tesla is planning on selling FSD for a fee, some automakers like Li Auto and Xpeng offer it for free on many of their high-end models, and companies like NIO offer long-term trials for their software. Since Tesla has to build a dedicated Chinese FSD data center to keep the driving data there within the country, it remains to be seen whether cars there will improve at the same rate we have seen over in the US, especially with recent versions. The latest version of FSD is very impressive, but Tesla has to really work hard if they want to succeed in this market. After all, you can get an entire EV in China for only a little more than Tesla would be charging for just this software alone. Still, introducing this software to a major market like China should be good for business, although only time will tell how much it will help them there. Meanwhile, a new feature for FSD has been announced that should do a lot to encourage driver confidence in the software as it advances. While FSD has made a lot of improvements lately, the biggest reason that even a lot of its proponents don't use the software is that the car doesn't drive the way that you want it to. For a lot of people, they feel it is too cautious when driving and doesn't seize opportunities on the road that a human driver may have done without a second thought. Others, when passing control over to the car, reasonably want their car to drive even more carefully. Choosing to cater to one style over another would ultimately just leave a lot of drivers deciding not to use FSD. In response, Elon Musk has announced that FSD will soon have a few selectable driving modes for drivers to use. Those include chill, standard, and hurry modes that will alter your car's driving habits depending on how you want your car to operate. Having this flexibility should do a lot to make drivers more comfortable using FSD and encourage them to use it even more in future updates. Right now, there already are 3 different driving options with different names than those, so we'll see how much of a difference this makes when it comes out. Last up today, some updates from other automakers. Even as the race towards electrification continues on all fronts, a lot of legacy automakers are having internal struggles over the balance with their existing gas-powered business models. While GM has previously committed to phasing out their ICE vehicles, their CEO has recently made comments that walk back their ambitions a bit. After a recent commitment from the company towards electrification, CEO Mary Barra has now softened their stance, saying that the transition is, quote, going to happen over decades. She then added, "That's why I couldn't be more proud of our gas-powered fleet as well." Shortly after that interview was published, a GM spokesperson said the company was actually aiming to phase out ICE vehicles by 2035. While electrification is still clearly on the table for GM, it seems there is a lot of disagreement within the company over just how that's going to happen and how quickly. 2035 is only just over a decade away, and their CEO is also talking about this change needing multiple decades to be reached. Simultaneously, GM is working on a number of new electric options, and they have recognized that an affordable EV is the key to mass adoption of this technology. This struggle is something that we are seeing from a lot of legacy automakers whose business models have previously been built on selling ICE vehicles. Juggling shareholder demands for constant growth is difficult for these companies, so it makes a strong commitment to completely changing their business model a tough pill to swallow. Hopefully, as EV demand grows, these companies will see that a rapid electrification plan is really the best path forward, but we'll have to see what happens. The Nissan Leaf has been one of the most affordable EVs on the market for a while now, and the automaker is introducing a new incentive to bring that price even lower. In order to attract new customers, Nissan is targeting drivers who currently own a Chevy Bolt. GM discontinued their previous Chevy Bolt back in 2023 and is yet to offer a true replacement for that vehicle. Well, now, if you are a Chevy Bolt owner, then Nissan is offering an incentive to get you to switch over. As part of their, quote, Leaf Conquest initiative, anyone who owns or leases a Chevy Bolt is being offered $1,000 towards the purchase or lease of a Leaf. What's especially enticing is that you don't have to trade in your vehicle to get this incentive, and other people in your household can be eligible for it as well. The Nissan Leaf currently starts at $28,140 and recently regained access to a partial federal EV tax credit, bringing the potential starting price down to $24,390. We talk a lot about the importance of automakers offering truly affordable electric vehicles, and with these incentives, Nissan is doing just that. As always, though, it is important to look into the specs and charging speed in particular to see if it fits for what you need. Simultaneously, Chevy is offering Bolt EV owners up to $3,000 off the price of an Equinox EV and $1,500 off of a Blazer EV. Those are some pretty big incentives as well, so if you are a Bolt owner, then you do have a lot of options available if you were looking to upgrade. Hyundai and Kia are working hard to catch up to Tesla in the US EV market. Hyundai Motor Group, which owns both companies, accounted for 11.2% of EVs sold in the US from January to May of this year. That number is up from 3.2% in 2020, 3.4% in 2021, 0.6% in 2022, and 6.8% in 2023. Their gap with Tesla is now down to 40.5% from 52.9% in 2023. The popularity of these EVs has been increasing, likely because they are some of the most fuel-efficient and affordable EVs on the market. While some automakers have been dialing down their EV efforts, Hyundai and Kia appear to be leaning in, and it is paying off for them. In May, both the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV9 set new monthly sales records. Both of those vehicles should qualify for the full $7,500 EV tax credit fairly soon, with new factories opening in the US in 2025. Even before then, though, some models include a $7,500 bonus cash offer. It's always great to see affordable EV options doing well, and it looks like this market share is going to continue growing. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see everything I wish I knew before buying a Tesla, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.